Ophiuchus means serpent bearer. It is the 13th zodiac sign. No, astronomers did not recently discover it. It has existed since the ancients. There were always 13 signs, but for some reason, we don't know why. I don't anyway know why. If you want to enlighten me, let me know. It got shoved. I have my theory, but I'm not going to go into it. And since then, the tropic astrology has been using 12 signs. But here's an interesting fact. In 1 year, there are actually 13 moon cycles, right? Every 28 is a moon cycle, every 28 days, not every 30 or 31 or 29. So it actually makes much more sense when it comes to the lunar cycling to have 13 signs. But we moved from lunar, maternal, matriarchic leadership to sun, active, solar, male, patriarch leadership. So we no longer do the zodiacs for the past 2,000 years. We haven't done 13. We have been doing 12. Well, I want to do 13. First of all, for those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you know that this is relatively new. Like I haven't been doing Ophiuchus until now. I'm going to start from now on, moving on. Technically, it is for those who are born between November 29th and December 18th. But I'm not actually going to treat it specifically as its own zodiac. To me here, it's going to be Ophiuchus, but also Seeker 13. Basically, if you resonate with all the signs because your chart is full of all of them and your elements are balanced, or you don't resonate with any of them, you feel like you're completely out of the matrix of the zodiac wheel. Yes, the wheel of the astrology is also part of this matrix, the 360 degrees, the 12, all that jazz. Maybe I'll do a separate video about that to not bother you if you guys just want to head to the reading. And also, I'm doing this today specifically because on December 14th, as I'm recording this, it's the existential shift's birthday. 2 years. And the shift is an Ophiuchus based on that. So I thought it's just suitable to start with this one first. Moving on, I'll probably leave it to the end because I do want you guys to be able to have it as the final reading that either concludes all of the energies that you were resonating with, that may connect also to the higher frequency and higher states of consciousness of a lot of my seekers, to anyone, as I said, who feels like they're broken out of the zodiac wheel, or they just resonate with a lot of the signs because of the way their chart is built, or just if you're intuitively guided and you like the caption, or you simply like to listen to me more often. For whatever reason, this will be the 13th, the higher octave of my astrology taroscopes. Okay? And another reason why I'm starting with Ophiuchus for the new decade, for the new year, welcome new year, by the way. This is for January, by the way. Another reason why I'm starting with Ophiuchus and not any of the other zodiacs specifically this month is because I am planning a special extended for you guys for January, for the new year, and for the new decade. It is going to be an extended that touches the karmic shift, the karmic either retribution or reward and or release. I do believe humanity is going from a state of being in karmic loops to freedom of the karmic mechanism and having an existence that is more passion and love based than it is about polarities and give and take and all that jazz. So I would like to start encouraging that and help you get there using these extendeds that really see, okay, your karmic, your personal karma that you've created, your generational karma, your past lifetimes karma. I want to check into every single one of those, see how it affects your life and what it is that you have to learn/do in order to relieve yourself of it. That's going to be on Vimeo's, the special extendeds, okay? This one for Ophiuchus, I'm going to do for free. I'll upload it on YouTube, so you'll have something to reference to as an understanding of what it is that you can expect in your reading your specific zodiac sign on Vimeo, okay? And, you know, just for those of you who maybe can't afford a few dollars reading, enjoy it. Okay? Another gift. I already released all the 2019 yearly extendeds that I've made a year ago for you guys to enjoy for this last month of December and to look back for the passing year and to learn and to make the realizations. I believe it's very, very important, and I know a lot of you responded pretty well to it. And thank you to those of you who already purchased it throughout the year. I'm happy it helped you in real time and not in After Effects. Yeah, okay, great. Ophiuchus, Seeker 13. Messages. I don't need to be here. This card can just do the job. The World, first card out for you. For this end of an era and a new decade. Guys, all the December general Taroscopes are already up. We're like, literally as I'm recording this, we're in mid-December. Whenever you're watching this, I do recommend to watch your December. I always say it, but I'm specifically saying it now because the first card out is the World. This is the last card in the tarot deck, the 78th card, or the 0 card, someone like to call it, as opposed to the Fool. It's after the Fool has went through the entire journey of the human condition and has become not only the master, but above it. The World is actually the universe. She's flying above the planets. She is beyond the fixed energies of the 4 different elements. She is the seasons and the transitions between the seasons. She's not one of the players in the polarity. She's not the black checkmate. She's not the white checkmate. She's not even the board. She is the table that holds the board, that holds the player, however you want to refer to it. The empty matter that holds matter. It is so suitable to be the first card for Seeker 13 for Ophiuchus because this symbolizes those of you out there, my seekers, that have done such an amazing work and have grown so much. And you are currently facing major completions in your life. And you probably know it. You don't need me to tell you. This ranges throughout work, relationships, spirituality, but also within yourself, with how you view yourself and how you express yourself in the world. There's a sense of integration of the different elements that we can see here, of the different seasons, of everything that you went through. I'm intuitively picking up on just lifetimes, and maybe just in this lifetime, of so many changes and movement and experiences, and now it feels like it makes sense, it adds up. You know where you are thanks to everything and despite of everything. And I'm also getting an immense sense of gratitude throughout January. Now, guys, if you don't resonate with it now, give this coming month, right? I think some of you guys are going to receive the fruits of hard-worked labor, something that you've really worked hard and earned. This could be things that are coming back at you in a good way, because the World is a very positive card and it's not in the reverse. It's coming back to you from like good karma from things that you've done years ago or decades ago. I don't know who's watching. If until now, it's also a very Saturnian card. It's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn, ironically enough, is the planet of karma and restrictions. I'm also getting literally breaking out of those restrictions, but not because you've escaped them, but because you went through them. That's the only way to escape. The only way out is in. I don't know how many times I'm going to keep saying that in my readings. When you go through the restrictions, when you learn, and you live by the lesson, you signed up for this academy, you might as well take the classes, attend them, and ace them. You know, if you're already here, you might as well. And this is a graduation. Some of you are literally graduating from school. Some of you are finishing up some sort of learning cycle. If it's not academic, then it's definitely spiritual and karmic. And it's, when it comes to love, it's make it or break it. You're either breaking up with people that it's just not working with anymore, it's just not leveled. Or you're uniting with people who are on your frequency, on your true path. So for those of you out there who are currently or recently been in a not good relationship, something that was incomplete, that had a lot of troubles, and something in you already know the answer, then I see that ending. If not in January, then definitely in 2020, because this reading has a very much of a vibe of a new decade, but whatever. And for those of you who have already done that, the closing out cycles and moving on, it could be something new that is very complete and wholesome. If it's someone you already know, if it's someone from your past, then it's someone that you went through some major cycle of learning, both of you, and maybe you had a like a separation of some sort, and then the return, getting back together, feels very complete and real. But that's just for those of you out there in separation that has truly mutually done the work and have the emotion, you have reciprocity. You feel the same towards each other. So if someone told you that they don't have feelings for you, or that they're not interested, or that it's over, please believe them. Okay? So either way, it's either a complete, beautiful start of something wholesome or a major ending of a cycle. This could have been recent past, that you've already been through this. Let's see further, please. For Ophiuchus, Secret 13. I see success. Career-wise, it's also an amazing card. It's like, it's so much reward for all of your journey. This isn't something, the world isn't something that you've started yesterday. And if you had started it yesterday, then be prepared to the journey of your life. It's not going to be like a 3 months thing. It's going to take cycles and years. But it is your path, so great. Or literally nothing in the middle. Or you've been working towards something a really long time, like a really long time. Some of you years, maybe it's like a childhood dream, I don't know. But it's you're getting the recognition that you deserve. This is amazing. This is fantastic. Show me more, please. For Ophiuchus, Secret 13th, for January 2020. It's almost like oh, okay. Queen of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is another card of major completion. So those of you who won't feel it in January, it will be a process that will finalize in February, because the Queen of Swords is very much so an Aquarius energy, February time frame. This could also be an air sign that is either saying very, very, very truthful yet uncomfortable, harsh words, or is receiving truthful yet uncomfortable words. I'm sensing it's whoever is watching me. Again, if you're a cross watcher, could be the person that you're dealing with. Place yourself. But with everything I just said, with the world and all the energy that we've been picking up on, I feel like this is like, once you truly know yourself, no one can play with you, right? No one can mess with your mind. No one can manipulate your brain, can mind game you. There's no, manipulation just won't work, because in order for manipulation to work, emotional, cognitive manipulation to work, you have to be not very familiar with yourself. Because when you're not very familiar with yourself, you're linear towards, listening to someone else who might know more about you than you. But when you truly know thyself, no one can mess with it. No one can play with you. No one can tell you, hey, you're X when you know you're Y. Or vice versa. And the amount of boundaries being set into place, and I'm not talking about fear-based boundaries, I'm not talking about walls of separation, I'm talking about boundaries that are meant to maintain the sense of dignity and self-freedom and self-expression in front of anyone who tries to either take your energy or make you doubt yourself, because you're so clear. You're so clear in here that if anyone comes at you with a sword, you just respond immediately with 9 swords. And you're not even close to apologizing for it. If someone just went into the room after this, whoever is down on the floor, this is an analogy, please no one put any swords in anybody's mouth. Okay. After this person has these swords that you put in their back and they're lying down on the floor and they're crying. And they're like, what did you do, Ophiuchus? And you're like, excuse me? Do you not see that the sword that they're holding? They came at me, this is what they got. Come at me with a knife, I'll come at you with swords. Shut up. Sorry, my neighbors are loud. I really am in the mood of this Queen of Swords right now because of all this energy. I want to go out and yell at my neighbors. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. But I want to. Maybe it's your energy. Maybe you really want to put people in their place, and I get it. Because the more you're clear with yourself, the more it itches when others do the things that they used to do and you used to let it slide or be okay with it or not respond to it. But it's metaphysically impossible. The sword that will come out of you, seeker, it will come out of your gut. Automatically, it has a life of its own. It's your own inner truth. It's your spirit talking for you. You won't even have to make a cognitive decision. You won't even have to think it or plan what to say. The sword will do it. You have found your inner Excalibur. And what is any other sword in the face of Excalibur? Only the truest and purest of heart can hold it. So if you're holding the Excalibur and someone comes at you with their bullshit ass of a sword, it will just break that thing like butter. And they won't even know where it came from. Do not mess with my Seeker 13s in the coming month. Or from now on. It's not just for January. If you're in this space, gaslighting, coercion, all that jazz is not going to work on you anymore. It's just, it can't. It used to be able to because you believed there was something wrong with you. If someone hurts you and you try to stand up for yourself and you say, hey, that hurt me, or hey, that didn't feel good, or hey, can you not do that? And then they turn around and makes it seem like there's something wrong with you. Like you're the crazy person, like you're the confused person, like you're the oversensitive person, like it's you, it's not them, God forbid. If you had self-doubts and insecurity and maybe self-shame, then you would believe it. And so it was possible for it to be in your sphere, for people to be like that with you. But if you know your boundaries and you know that your truth and you know wrong versus right, and you include yourself within the equation, it's not like knowing wrong versus right for everyone else except for me, the self-sacrificial lamb. You're like, I feel like those of you who resonate with it, like, ugh, sacrificial lambs. But you were. Many of you were. Now you're like, oh, not me. Well, no, not you, obviously. But a lot of you were. It was part of the journey. Some of you still are, and this is an encouragement to see where you can get to. Ten of Swords here? Something has ended. Don't know what it is. Could be a few things. It doesn't have to be like drama and bells and towers. It could be something within you. The heart used to beat towards something and now it doesn't. No drama, no battle. You putting your own Excalibur through yourself. Just to allow a new blood flow and a new heartbeat to wake up and live. Oh, this winter. Yes, winter is coming. January, February, winter is coming, but with it, clarity. And this is not just clarity of mind, this is clarity of action. Serpent bearer, sword bearer. Either way, I don't want to mess with you. But I'm also not scared of you either. Why? Because the only people who are scared of the police are criminals. If people after this are, oh, I don't want to spend time with Ophiuchus, they're calling people out on their bullshit, they're going to make me feel bad about myself. Well, maybe you have a reason to feel bad about yourself, because if you didn't have a reason to feel bad about yourself, you wouldn't be worried about spending time with me or hanging out with me. Those who are pure, true at heart and have good intentions are not going to be scared of you. Quite the opposite. They're going to be inspired by you and respect you and want to be next to you. Ah, that Ophiuchus. Ah, that Secret 13. Oh, yeah, they know their stuff. I want to be next to that sword. Not in front of that sword. If you behave with clarity and someone tries to make you feel like shit, or really distances themselves from you, it's just confirmation. The only men who don't want to be next to women, who call men out on their bullshit when they make you feel uncomfortable, when they're stepping their boundaries, when they're really off, is the men that do that. So if that kind of a guy, after you call them out and put them in their place, doesn't want to talk to you or make it look like there's something wrong with you, like they're hurt by you, good riddance. It's just confirmation. It's the number one trick in the book of making you doubt yourself and crawling to apologize. Do not. Especially women out there, in this specific example. Respectful, loving, beautiful, sweet men love women like that. They have nothing to fear because they're not the threat. They're like, yeah, you go, girl. Yeah. But those who are like, how dare you say something like that? You're dangerous. No, you're dangerous. I'm just defending myself, and that's how I'm dangerous to you. But you're dangerous. Oh, you want me to apologize for being gorgeous and for you wanting me and me not wanting you, and then you stepping over and not respecting my boundaries again and again and again, and me being like, okay, enough, and then you want me to feel bad about it? I'm the evil person? Okay. More, please. Thank you. Knight of Wands. I love seeing this energy because right after this cold, harsh winter, we have such beautiful, fiery, exciting, warm, passionate energy swooping in. Winter is coming, but you know what else is coming? The fireplace. And the people who got your back. That's how you'll know who got your back. when you know thyself and stand up for yourself. Those who just freak out and give you a hard time and then go off and cry about it in the corner, not your tribe. Let them. If they want to be like that, if they want to act like they're 6-year-olds, let them. But then instead, look who's coming in. And usually, yes, this is the card of the fuckboy. But that's not the vibe I'm getting here. I'm getting someone who's just acknowledging you. The beauty within your strength, not the threat within your strength. Yummy energy. Let's see more, please. Secret 13 for January 2020. So weird to say it out loud. I love this. The Tower in the reverse. So this might be, let's speak a little bit more down to earth. This might be someone coming in wanting to fix a broken foundation with you. And they have very warm intention. Now, they might be fast and furious with it because they're passionate about it and they mean well. That's the vibe that I'm getting from it. But on your end, be like, okay, you want to fix it, you want to resolve it, great. But let's have the conversation, or let's have the appropriate steps, because the whole point of the Tower and the warning that it gives is things happening too fast, too soon, without good structure and without good foundation, and then the Tower collapses because there's nothing to hold it grounded to the floor, collapse from every little thing. So if there's someone in your life that, I don't know, things got a little bit out of hand, now it's like trying to do the reversal. It also has the energy of save the day kind of thing. Either way, I'm getting an energy that is very well intended, very fiery, very energetic, someone funny. I'm getting a sense of humor, someone who deals with life difficulties with the wink, the giggle in a funeral. This is very much the giggle in a funeral. Oh, the tower is collapsing and there's lightnings and thunderbolts. Let's ride this eagle and swirl around it and enjoy the show. Kind of thing. And let's save someone on the way. Oh, they're falling. Let's pick them up. Okay. On a different note, it could be someone really moving fast towards something that is unstable, and then you don't want that. So throughout the month, maybe come back to this reading a few weeks from now, just as a reminder. It doesn't matter how great it feels. It could very much so be great. But make sure you can go fast as long as you do the steps properly. Okay, I do karate. And for those of you who are new to my channel, and speaking of today, I also went through a promotion, my last color belt promotion before black belt, which will take a while from now. But as for color belt, it was my last promotion after a few years training. And one thing they keep repeating, the instructors, the senseis, is doing it fast is great, but not if it comes at the expense of the technique. I'd rather you doing things slow and accurate than fast and blurry. Okay? So if you can do it fast but also accurate and clean technique, awesome. But don't let speed come at the expense of accuracy. Okay? Start slow. Teach your muscle, teach your body the movement. And when the body sits with it and knows it, that's when you can speed up. And the body will be able to catch up with the speed because it already knows it, right? Fun analogy. This has been an eventful day. Okay, show me more, please, for Ophiuchus. For January. Because of the reference that I made earlier, at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords, speaking of Excalibur. Yeah, as you speak your truth to the universe, and then the Empress, or I'm totally taking this. Okay. As you speak your truth and wellness and wholesomeness to your environment and to yourself and basically to the ethers, the universe starts aligning with it, because it doesn't matter how many mantras you say or manifestation or magic spells you do for things that, if those things do not align with your higher self and with your spirit and what is the most truest and real for you and your path, it will never work. But once you speak your truth, whether it be manifestation or mantras or spells or whatever, or prayer, in a way that is super aligned with your essence, with who you are, immediately things start shifting and happening in that way for you, immediately. Because when you are your true piece of the puzzle, when you are the piece of the puzzle that you are, the shape, the colors, and you're not trying to be anything other than who you are, and a hint if you guys are confused as to who it is that you are, your heart. Simple as that. There's no right and wrong. It's not what your brain says that you should be. It's what your heart says that it is. And once you follow that, your passions and your desires and your aspirations and your essence, that's when you are the piece of you. And that is when you, as a piece of a puzzle, match the other, the rest of the fabric of life. The entire picture. So the universe has an interest in helping you be who you truly are, because it will serve the grand scale, the collective spirit. Manifestation happens like that when you ask for the right thing. And if it doesn't work, it's because you're not asking for the right thing. Maybe not necessarily in your cognition, maybe it's your subconscious. Watch my 13th Element playlist. There's a video that I did about a year and some ago. It's called The True Secrets of Manifestation, where I explain how we manifest from our subconscious. This is an energy that has mastered its own subconscious, that knows itself very well. So your own subconscious can't trick you anymore and trip you. It's not that you say one thing, your subconscious says another thing, and then there's a dance of confusing energies that doesn't know what to manifest for you. No, you're clear. So what you say is just clear. And look what comes in. This is immense amount of abundance. We have here the rune Ing, which I will also use in our extendeds, by the way. I always use runes. We have here the Great Mother. This is Demeter, the Greek goddess of life and fertility. For some of you, this could be pregnancy. This could very much so be, well, I'm just going to say it. This combination can be an early spill. So if you don't want to get pregnant, don't trust that he'll come out on time. Just be careful, because it can very much so bring life into the world. If you want that, then go for it. But this screams accidental pregnancy, like literally. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Actually, let's do this. I'm rearranging the cards on the table. I'm going to show them to you very soon. So something that you've planned and worked on, like I said in the beginning, once again, delivers fruits. You're going to see a lot of results, good ones that you've been expecting. And if not in January, then definitely towards springtime and summer. This is April, May. Okay, Taurus time. So keep up on the path that you're on, seeker, because it will lead you towards results. Okay? I think you'll start feeling it now, and it will just grow and grow towards spring of 2020. Anything else I can tell my Ophiuchus? What is going on in their life for January? Some of you are having a good conversation / communication with a mother figure. Strength card came out. That strengthens your bond and your connection. That clears certain misunderstanding, misconception. If it's not a mother figure, then it could be an influential woman in your life. You might be dealing either with a Leo, a Taurus, or a Aquarius, because I have all of those fixed signs here in the World card. And then I have their actual cards on the table. You're also witnessing something. You see here, I just noticed the snake here on the ground. And once again, this is, see the egg and the little froggies. Once again, pregnancy is very, very prominent here. Again, if you're planning, this is going to be a good time for it to happen. If you're not planning, keep that in mind. But some of you, and just because of the snake on the ground, I feel like witnessing some sort of grandiose, I don't know if it's an amazing show or an amazing expression of art or of an ability. Maybe you're attending an amazing course, or you're listening to this very interesting teacher or coach, or a TED Talk, or a lecture of some sort. You're being exposed to something very, very inspiring and very powerful. And you just want to be a part of it or to learn more from it. Some of you are starting new type of studies. It could be mythical or mystical type of studies, or spiritual. Some of you are going on like pagan / shamanic journey. 3 of Wands. Some of you are traveling, going off somewhere. Some sort of a journey of discovery. And you might meet someone that could really inspire you. It doesn't have to be a long trip. For those of you, some of you it's possible, but some of you I'm seeing like 3 days to 3 weeks, possibly. I'm seeing like a desert area. So some of you might either be in the West Coast or in a different continent. This could be South America. This could be Africa. Very strong African roots here. Or the other side, Irish, Scottish, British, because of the pagan Celtic aspect of things here. But something indigenous and shamanic and tribal that you feel really drawn to. Look, this could be you reading a book about the matter, or just starting to watch taroscopes for the first time. Who is this 3 of Wands, please? I'm getting that it's like a person. Wow, the major arcana on this table are scary. So with the 3 of Wands, I have, and once again we have a baby here. The High Priestess. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards so you can understand what it is that I'm saying as I'm saying it. We'll also finish up with a message from the animal spirit. Okay, do you see this? So speaking of mother and child, the mythical archetypes of The Empress and the High Priestess are of Demeter and Persephone, which were mother and child, so this strengthens it. But look, I have here the World, I have here the Empress, I have here Strength, and I have here the High Priestess, and then I have Queen of Swords. The feminine power here is off the charts. If you're a masculine, you're learning to tap into your feminine archetypes, the divine feminine in you, by finding newfound honor and respect to the myth of the divine feminine. There's a sense of learning ancient knowledge, really opening up. This just strengthens it. Really learning knowledge. Maybe some of you it's Kabbalah, some of you it's runes, some of you it's herbs, right? Some of you it's alternative medicine, which can include everything I just said. Some of you will be reading and it will be analytical. Some of you will journey out and experience it in the field. I'll see a lot of you traveling. It will manifest physically in different ways, but bottom line, you're all on a exploration. You have discovered the Excalibur in you, and now it's calling you to know everything about it. The new moon might be meaningful for some of you. I think it's on the 26th. Yeah. And there's a solar eclipse. Oh, the eclipse. Oh, the eclipse. Going to be a lot of eclipses. I think there's another one in January. And listen, guys, I'm not a professional astrologer. My astrology is mostly intuitive and connects to more ancient astrology, but I read a lot and I know a lot about tropic astrology as well. And everything connects from from different school of thoughts, and from just the tarot or from meditation, or everything points out to us being, we're going through a major shift and transition. And it starts within, right? By really learning about ourselves. Because when we learn all these occults and myths, it's actually a journey to discover ourselves, and all of it speaks about us. We are all the characters in the books that we read. We're all of them. We're the protagonist and the antagonist. We're the leads, and we're the we're the background. Just as we are in our own life. We are the center of all of our stories, but to someone else, we're a backstory to their center. Everything you are learning and are about to learn might seemingly be outside of you, of teachers outside of you, of encounters outside of you, but it's all a reflection of you. It all mirrors yourself to you. If you encounter someone inspiring and amazing and fantastic, it's because you have that in you, those qualities. And see here, the cow? There's definitely a mother here for some of you. Because both these cards have a cow next to them. Maybe you realize that you have a lot to learn from your mother. I don't know. I was about to say father. I think some of you have lost your father. This is not a premonition. This is past tense. And now you're on a journey of discovering your own femininity and adulthood. And some of you are seeking guidance from a more mature woman or an individual to guide the way. If it's not a mother, it could be someone else. I do see initiation here. I do see some sort of mentorship here. Let's see what the animal spirit have to say to wrap up this reading, and then move on to the extended. I'm gonna remember you for Ophiuchus. You don't need to go to Vimeo to buy it. I will post it soon on YouTube, but that will be your point of reference for all the other zodiac specific extended karmic extended for the new year on Vimeo. I recommend to watch either your Saturn or your Pluto or your 8th house. If you don't know them, you can go on any free natal chart website online, just put in your information, it will tell you. If you still don't know, you can simply watch your sun sign. Okay? It will make a buy all option for those of you who just want to watch everything. I love you guys. Okay, animal spirit. Thank you. Wow, dragonfly. Okay. There's an interesting, and see how it's on, it's like, this triangle looks like Earth. Looks like the surface of the planet. Kind of looks like a map to me. One more card or message for Secret 13 for January, please. And B. Okay, this is unbelievable. I'm gonna explain why it's unbelievable. You're gonna be like, what? I mean, yeah, we like the dragonfly and the bee, but why is it unbelievable? Oh, I'll tell you in a sec. Okay, so there are two animals that defy the laws of physics and the laws of aerodynamics, both in different ways. One is the dragonfly and one is the bee. And both of the animals, two of the animals that do that, came out for you guys. The first card was the world. Yowza. Okay. All right. The bee defies the rules of physics and aerodynamics because technically, according to physics, its wings are too small and weak to carry the weight of her body. Apparently, the bee's body weight is way heavier than what her wings are supposed to be able to carry. And yet, we all know bees fly. So we can't explain it. They are not listening to the laws of our physics. Bee, how dare you? Anyway. And then we have the dragonfly. Now, with the dragonfly, it's not a matter of weight, it's a matter of speed. The dragonfly moves its wings so fast and in a way that allows it to not only fly forward, it can fly backwards, up, down, right, left. Basically, we don't know another, I'm not familiar with, and I'm pretty sure we're not generally familiar with another insects that can do that. Okay? So I see them as the reason to why they defy the laws of physics, and maybe you're defying the laws of physics now, Ophiuchus, is because they're not from this physics. I see dragonflies and bees as messengers from other dimensions. I think they travel between dimensions. Now you see them, now you don't. I think they deliver information from one dimension to the other. And they kind of travel through portals that we don't understand. I think they might more align closer with the theory in physics that we have about the multiverse. If there are two houses, there is a trail between them and there is a door in and out. So if there are multiverses, then there are portals between them. Some say black holes are those portals. Some say, I say. It could be, one of the any of the seventh wonders of the universe. Pyramids and such. I do believe there are portals, and I do believe there are those creatures who can travel between those portals. The bees just got named as the most important creature on Earth because it starts the ecological domino effect of life. Everybody in one way or another, whether you understand it or not, depends on bees. I think bees are the true queens and rulers. Sorry, I'm going overboard with it. But my point is, there is major wisdom that isn't the top of what we are familiar with. It's not like the best person in class when it comes to physics. This is the metaphysics. This is understanding things that we don't understand. So you are developing some sort of knowledge seeker. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Because once you become very, very clear with your mind about who and what you are, that's like almost like it's almost like it was the missing piece to unlock the portals to pass towards other states of consciousness and understandings of this life. The secrets of life. The reason for life. The truth about being oneness and not truly have boundaries. This strength card actually talks about physical boundaries or the lack thereof. The reason why we have a physical body is to protect ourselves from completely losing ourselves within other energies, because we are all one and we have to be here in this experience of separation in order to understand our part of the story. So for the sake of that, we are in separation. Once we don't have a physical body that separates us from the rest, then we're back to being spirit, right? And the strength card speaks a lot about how to break these boundaries down without losing yourself, and still maintaining life, but with learning what's beyond the veil. I think some of you out there, and I'm not surprised it comes at Secret 13 / Ophiuchus kind of reading. I have a feeling they're going to have quite a magical, mythical flair to them, because they are intended for those of us who broke out of the mechanism or are learning how to break out of it and watch these readings for inspiration. So I'm surprised we don't have the Chariot here, because the Chariot is the Merkava, the Merkaba, the transportation of consciousness, which I see as the physical body, by the way. It's the vehicle for the soul to kind of experience other worlds. Now you're in this body, you experience this world. Now you're in this body, you experience this world. Now you're a bee or a dragonfly and you can experience all worlds. Cool for you. Something about you is tapping in and tapping out and sees beyond the veil. And let us know what you find, Seeker. Okay, because I want to know what you know. I want to know what you know. You beautiful, beautiful soul. Okay, guys, thank you for 53 minutes. Thank you for staying all the way. I'm going to do your free extended right now, which will be karmic. Enjoy it, and then if you like it, then get your specific zodiac one. Check out the description box if you want to book a private reading with me, if you want to join me on Instagram, and most especially Tarot Masterclass, which is my baby love, where I teach you how to read tarot. If you want to know, for example, more about the strength card and what I said about it, check that one out, because every card gets its own video. Anyway, so go defy the laws of physics, travel in a different in different universes, maybe check out the Akashic records and bring back with you some books and let me borrow them. Okay, I love you guys very, very much. Happy New Year. And happy birthday to the ship.